Hi guys, in today's audio, I'm gonna answer some questions I often get about just male female relationships. I mean, relations that I get from my clients. And the most frequent question I'm getting is how could he move on so fast? So basically, females asking why their ex boyfriends that are male have moved on really quickly. And, we can never generalize about anything. I want to say this disclaimer first. So, there are different types of people, and some men are more into female energy, some are more into male. It also depends on the culture they grew up in, on their upbringing, on their past trauma, a lot of things, just their attachment styles, a bunch of stuff. So, I'm not trying to generalize. So, please, this does not apply to everyone, and not every man is gonna move on fast after a breakup. I just want to make that clear. Okay, we're all very different, and we can never say, oh, yeah, they all do this. So, everyone who says all men are the same, all women are the same, no, they're not. They're just not, okay? However, yes, a lot of men, I'm not gonna say most of them, but a lot of men do move on quickly. And I'm going to try to explain to you why, because you've asked. So basically, the difference between females and males when they're choosing a partner is that a female will be totally listening to her heart emotions, and just she's gonna be totally under the impression of like emotions, sexual stuff, um, and all of that. On the other hand, male, he will also basically fall in love, blah blah blah. But even if he is in love, even if he loves you, most of them, again, not all of them, most of them are gonna listen to their logic, are gonna listen to their brain, not their heart, and not their penis, their brain. Yeah, believe it or not, they use their brain. Yes, they do. And sorry, I'm just not gonna go with every man is the same. No, they're not. So most of them will actually decide whether a relationship should be ended with their brain, while a female will decide with her heart and, even her vagina. A male will not do that. So basically, they're always gonna have this ideal image of their partner in their head. And the thing is that we can have this image of something that we want and the life we want to have and the marriage we want to have. But, as you probably know, it often happens that we end up with something we did not initially want, did not know that we want. That's just how life works, right? So you might have a type and you end up with someone who's totally not your type. And this now becomes your type or whatever, different stuff. So basically, that's how it goes for women. But men, they just kind of want what they want, they kind of have this idea of what they want. And they will rather choose a partner who just, and this is not about looks, okay? So not at all, nothing like sexual or physical. This is about their expectations from a woman, like if they want a wife, a mother, a really, whatever, a cook, a cleaner, whatever it is. They're gonna look for those characteristics in a woman, and even if they're not that attracted to this other woman physically as they are to you, they're gonna leave you for her because they just think basically they're gonna be happier because their needs are gonna be met. All of their needs are gonna be met, and with you they had a lack of something, or they were scared of something, or it triggered something in them. So they would rather be secure and safe and, less in love and less, into all of that sexual vibes than to actually, risk it, because they see you as a risk, obviously, since you're not really their ideal wifey material or whatever it is. So basically, why they move on so fast is, again, they're thinking logically. They're thinking, oh, it did not work out with this woman. I'm just going to try another one. You know, I'm just going to try another one. And even though they still have feelings for you and they still, like you, crave you, whatever, they're just going to try with someone else because it's like in their head the better thing to do because it's logical, right? So if this didn't work out, I obviously need to find myself another mate, and like the one that's gonna be meeting my needs better, and I just gonna move on fast. So this is why they do it. Another reason is also that they don't want to be in the whole healing process, which is extremely bad, of course. It's extremely unhealthy. It shows they have some issues, basically, because they can't be on their own and they can't handle the healing process. Basically, they can't handle being without you. Yeah. And they know they would probably, ask you to go back together with them and stuff like that. So they're just trying to occupy themselves with someone else, right? Some women do this too, but it rarely really works with us because we're different. Now, women, I'm not going to generalize again because there are definitely women that move on fast, and there are definitely women that are kind of more logical. So I'm not going to generalize about women either, but for the most part, let's say like many women, I'm not going to say most women, many women, they can't really start dating, or they can like try, but it's just just them trying to occupy their mind basically and their time. But they need to heal, they need to somewhat heal at last. So they need to take a while and like just be ready to date again. Basically, they're just not gonna jump into another relationship for the most part, or another serious relationship for the most part. So that's basically the difference between them, between us. I'm a woman too, so it just sounds like I'm speaking about some other species that I'm not a part of. It's a bit funny. But yeah, that's basically the difference, the main difference. And again, it varies, of course. I have a lot of male clients who are very much in the feminine energy and they're really hurt and they can't move on, they can't heal. But even those male clients that I have that are really trying to get their ex back and are really missing them, they are not really into the healing journey properly, because they will all date pretty much and they will not have a problem with that. Even though they're still in love with this woman, they will date other women, they will be in a relationships with other women. That's just how most men, just what they do, it's what they do. So you need to understand that there is nothing wrong with you, girls. And it doesn't mean that you meant nothing to them. It doesn't mean that he is over you this very instant because they moved on so fast. Because so many women that come to me will think that them finding another partner really fast is basically, they will take it so personally in terms that they will feel less worthy. They're gonna feel like they were like not important, that they were like nothing to them since they just moved on so fast. And I've noticed that after a breakup, this is the thing that a lot of women, it's like their biggest problem with the whole breakup thing. Why did they move on so fast? This will make their self-esteem shatter. And I think that's like the main thing. That's worse than the breakup itself and what happened itself, what they told them during the breakup or whatever. This is like the thing that bothers them the most. And I'm really telling you as a therapist, okay? They did not move on so fast because you were not good enough, or because they forgot about you, or because they weren't in love with you, they did not care about you. No, it's just mainly what they do because they are different. And you kind of need to understand that obviously we are very different. We have different hormones, we have different energies, we have different upbringing, we have we are very different in every possible way. So obviously we're gonna react differently. Men are gonna react differently than us to things, and they just have different logics. They have different, they're just different, okay? And no, don't think that you're not worthy. Please don't think that. Yes, you are. And they know it. And, they just did what's best for them because, obviously they see that it's better to date someone else, have sex with someone else and fall in love with someone else as fast as possible than to cry at home and be miserable. And, they're basically, of course, are not right because the healthiest thing is to heal and to examine yourself and everything, and set some new boundaries and just work on yourself to be ready for another relationship. Because if you're just gonna move on like they do, they're all gonna fail. All of the relationships are just gonna fail. Again, not necessarily, but for the most part, it will just be really an unhealthy pattern what they're doing. So, girls, don't feel bad about him moving on so fast. You don't need to move on fast just because he did. That's another mistake because a lot of us just want to, do the same because I don't know, we feel that, we're gonna, I don't know, I guess we feel, again, less worthy. We feel like day one. I don't know. It's just how it is. I'm gonna be honest. But no, you don't need to do that because you wouldn't be happy with some random guy, would you? So you are better off by yourself than with some guy you don't even like or don't like enough or there's no chemistry or whatever. Obviously, you're better off by yourself. So being single is not that bad. It gives you time to heal. It also gives you a lot of free time, so you can like maybe get some new hobbies or do stuff you always wanted to do. You can also reconnect with your friends. You can have fun with your friends. Go out, have fun. Um, all the nice things. Being single is honestly fun and nice. I'm single, so I could tell you that. And then when you're healed, right person is just gonna come along, or your ex might come along as well. It often happens, especially if you're doing spell work. But that's like not the important thing here. The important thing here is to understand that them moving on so quick has basically nothing to do with you. And you're wonderful, you're worthy, and you are on the right journey because, we want you to be healthy. And in order for you to be healthy, you need to be healed. And the only way to heal is basically by spending a while. I'm not saying it has to be a long time, but, a while by yourself and working on yourself. And it's not the worst thing in the world, but people. Oh my god, what was that? Um, there was some weird noise in my house. I have no idea. Something weird happened. I guess it goes with being a witch. Okay. So basically, what people do is where was I? Yeah, they need to heal. And you need to spend some time by yourself in order to do that. And that is the only way to heal, just going to another person, to the next person, is not healthy, and your issues are still gonna stay there, and it's just not gonna be successful. You're gonna have another failed relationship that way. So healing is great, and do the healthy thing for yourself. That's all I ask. Okay.